Okay, so today we will continue with the last part of our chapter 4, which is reducible interest and flat rate. All right, so this will be the last portion. So we have, okay, there are two methods of borrowing money. One we have already done before this. So one is reducible interest and one is flat rate, as you see here. Flat rate is for higher purchase loan. We have actually done it. It's just simple interest. All right, I equals to PRT is simple interest. So whenever they say flat rate, it's always simple interest. For an example, for a loan of 1,000 repaid over 6 months at a flat rate is always simple interest. So you find the interest amount 1,000 times rate times time, 6 over 12. Okay, it will be equal to 60. So that is your total interest amount. So the total that you pay back will be your future value, 1,000 plus 60. You divide 6 because you want to find the monthly rate. Understand? Okay, for a car loan of 60,000 at 3% interest to be repaid in 5 years, how much is the monthly payment? So I equals to PRT, I equals to 60,000 times 3% times 5, which is 9,000. So the total amount to be repaid is 69,000. All right, so the terms is 5 years, which is 60 months. All right, so 69,000 divide 60, that is your monthly payment. All right, so whenever it's a higher purchase loan, it's always flat rate. Next part, example 3. For a car loan of 60,000, 3% interest to be repaid in 9 years, monthly payment. So you find your interest first, 60,000 times 3% times 9 years. So your total interest is 16,200. How much to be repaid to the bank? 16,200 plus 60,000 is 76,200. How many years? 9 years, which is equivalent to 108 months. So you take these, divide 108, you will get monthly payment. So that is easy. That is what we have done. It's simple interest before this. Okay. Let's do something a little bit more different, which is reducible interest. What is reducible interest? Meaning my interest keeps reducing. You see, before this we did simple interest. Interest is always the same, whether 9 years, 10 years, 11 years, it never changes. Then you have compound interest, where your interest keeps increasing. Your interest is added back to your principal and continues to increase. Okay, now the last part is reducible interest, where your interest keeps reducing. How does that happen? For most loans, we would pay back a certain amount at regular intervals, right? So once we have made a repayment, meaning once you have payback, we no longer owe the full amount, meaning how much you pay back, your loan will reduce by that much. I decide to repay back every month 1,000. Every month my loan will reduce by 1,000. You understand? All right? Okay, I'm moving on. John borrows 1,000. Okay, let's look at an example here. I'll go through it very slowly. John borrows 1,000, meaning principal 1,000. He repays 200 per month. Every month he pay back 200. Calculated at 12% per annum. When you see 12% per annum, is 12% per year, which is 1% every month. So this is what I need you to highlight. Reducible monthly. Reducible monthly means every month it will reduce. So if every month it will reduce, this is 12% for 1 year. Understand? So every month is 1%. So this is where you got to be very, very careful. How much does the loan cost him in interest? Okay, so let's look at this table. You will have to go through the table one by one actually. All right, first one. Amount owed at the beginning of the month is 1,000. Do you see that? 1% interest is $10. Okay? Total owed 1,010. Do you understand? How much are you paying back every month? 200. So this 200 will reduce. You understand what I'm saying? So minus 200, that's why it's called reducible interest. Every time you pay, it will reduce by that much. So 1,010 was after interest, right? You pay 200, become 810. So this 810 is your new beginning at the month. Then you charge 1% interest, 8 ringgit 10 cent. You add the $8 10 cent to this, you get 818 10 cent. Then you pay 200, it will reduce by 200, it becomes 618. 618 come here. You pay interest for the 618, total owed this much. You repay 200, reduce to 424. 424 come back here. You will keep doing this until it will become 0. So I show you now. Do you see 228 then? 1% interest, total owed 230.81. You pay 200, you're only left with $30. So now that you're only left with $30, right, you're not going to pay 200 again, right? So this $30 will come down here on the 6th year. Do you see that? These $30 will come down here. 1% interest, 0.31, become 31.12. So your final repayment is only 31.12. A common mistake within students, they will always say, oh, my last payment is 30.81. It is wrong. Your last payment also you have to pay interest on it. So the last payment must also come down. You pay interest. That is your final amount. I'm repeating this. Your students always stop here. That is wrong. Your last payment also must pay interest. You understand? So you come down, become 31.12. All right. So let's see how much does he pay in total all together. 200 plus 200 plus 200 plus 200 plus 200. That gives you 1,000, right? So 1031.12 is what he paid in total. How much did he borrow? 1,000, correct? So the difference, you take this minus this, okay? I'll just highlight it for you. This minus this. Okay, how much you pay back minus your principal, that difference is the interest. Do you understand? So this is reducible interest. Your interest will keep reducing. Understand? Next part. Okay, I'll just go through question 1. Jane borrows 5,000 and repays 1,000 annually. So once it's annually, you got no problem. 10% per annum reducible. So now it's 10%, right? The table below shows the progress of the loan to the nearest cent. So amount owed at the beginning of the year, 1,000, correct? So what am I doing here is similar to what I did just now. You see, like just now here, 1% interest, correct? Then you add the $10 to this, correct or not? So basically, what's this new amount? 101%, am I right? Why 101%? Original plus 1% become 101%, isn't it? 101% in other words is what? 1.01, isn't it? So if I just take 1,000 times 1.01, I will straight away get 1010 instead of finding the interest and adding it back. You understand? So this is what I'm doing here. 5,000 times 1.1. Why am I timesing it with 1.1? It is 10% per annum reducible. So meaning I have to take 5,000 times 10% first, which is 500, correct or not? So then I add the 500 back to 5,000, which in other words, it becomes 5,500, which is 110%. That is why I straight away multiply with 1.1, easier for you. All right, but it's up to you. You don't like to do this method, you can do one by one like this. Find the interest, add back, then find the repayment and minus. Okay, it's up to you. This is a bit of a shorter cut now. If you want, you can draw the extra columns and do it, no problem. So 5,000 times 1.1 minus 1,000 is what I'm doing here. Find the interest, add, then find the repayment and minus. So but here I'm skipping a step. I'm just multiplying 1.1 and minus 1,000. All right, so it's 4,500. That's how much you owe at the end. Then the 4,500 come down. You do the same thing. 4,500 times 1.1 minus 1,000, you get 3,950. 3,950 new owing. You do the same thing times 1.1. If you don't want to do the times 1, you can do this also. Times 10%, which is 395. Then you add 395 back to 3,950. Then you minus 1,000. Okay? Then you will get 3,345. So same thing, how to get this A value? 3,345 times 1.1 minus 1,000. You will get this value. Okay, so this value will come down here. Then how to get the next value? Okay, so you will just work it out the same way until your owing comes here. Let's say it comes here right now. Your final owing is 256.42, isn't it? So 256.42 is what student always say, oh, that's my last payment. No, 256.42 will come here. You must pay interest to it. So 256.42, you times 1.1, it will be 282.06. All right, so how much did you pay? Now they ask you to find the interest, right? So how much did you pay altogether? For 7 years, 1,000, that becomes 7,000. Your last payment is 282.06. So total you have paid is 7282.06. How much did you borrow? Only 5,000, right? Principal is only 5,000. So your total interest is 2282.06. All right, so go through it slowly. Follow what I've said. If you don't like this method, add the extra columns. All right, as below here is the solution to exercise 8.1. If you have any issues with any part of the question, please do let me know. So that's about it for chapter 4. We have learned 3 types of interest: simple interest, compound interest, and reducible interest. You must know how to do all. All right.